guys, welcome back to another session with me, Doris Kendi, and this is my YouTube channel. Feel much welcome. I welcome you. I take this chance to welcome every one of you in this session with me. So on today's blog, I'm going to tell you a story about my high school life, how I grew up, how I ended up in school, in my high school life, and how I started my 5 good years in high school. So I'll just go direct to the story. I hope it will inspire you, it will touch you, it will make you know me better. And in the comment section, guys, I'm expecting so much comment from you guys, and I hope it will be an interesting story. So let's get to the video. So I finished in the year 2014 in my primary school. So I joined high school I joined my high school in 2014, and that was in Makori Girls. That's where I started my high school. That was the first school I was called by the government, because here in Kenya, when you finish school, mnaitwa shule na mnalistiwa and all that. So I went to Makori Girls. So I remember very well that year tulikuwa tumemaliza the same year with my sister mwenye amenifuata, because we unfortunately we ended up being in the same class, because my teenager, my young age, I used to get so very sick. So nikarudia tukapatana. So to cut the story short, so this year tulimaliza the same year with her. So my mom had a double fee, double responsibility to prepare for 2 ladies to go to high school. So my sister was called in a national school, I was called in inter-county school. And then that year my mom got twins. It was double blessings. It was amazing. So I remember very well, it was a bit the year whereby, so my mom has gotten the twins. Our 2 daughters are joining high school, and the same year we are locating to our new home, whereby my mom had constructed a home, so we were to move to that new place, to that new home. And I remember very well, we never liked the place, like we never liked that place, because we were like, we are raised in town, so kwenda ushago, it was something that we never anticipated at all. So it was something good, it was amazing, but at the same time we weren't okay with it. But with time we got to we had to bear with it, because now that's our home. So to cut the story short, so that faithful day, I don't remember the day, but we went. So my mom took my sister first to school. She enrolled her, and then later I was taken. So my line, I had so many expectations. Like, I never knew how high school was. I never knew like how to feel about everything. But on the best part of it, I was excited kutoka from one level to another. So we went to Liboda matatu ya kwanza, mpaka to the town, to the nearest town, that was in Kobo, and then from there another vehicle to Chogoria, because Makori Girls is in Chogoria. So we went, tukafika vizuri, so ni kuangaliwa uniform nini all those stuff. If you're a parent from Kenya, you know how it goes. So all those story, we went down and we were checked in, and then later on I was admitted. So unfortunately, I remember very well that there's an incident that happened. We were to clear the O fee before we were in. So my mom, I bet hakuwa na enough finances, because sasa ndio ametoka kupeleka my other sister, and then here I am. But all in all, I managed kuongea the principal, and I was allowed in. So I went. So it was weird, because the first time the teacher came in class, we all stood up to welcome him. Like, it was like, oh guys, just sit down, this is not primary school, you just have to sit down and just sit. So it was weird how the teacher comes in class and you don't have to stand like how you used to do, but it was a nice experience. So it was all about the first week tulikuwa tuna adapt to nini subjects, like unasoma new things and everything. So apparently I got used to it. My first term was done. We break for midterm first, and then we came back, we did our exams and everything. When it comes to exam, hizo papers zote, we were doing 12 papers. Manze, I was like, wow. Kuna zenye I never liked some subjects, all this, all that. But all in all, we managed. I remember my first grade, I got a B plus. Yeah, hiyo kati ya kwanza, and I was like, wow. So my mom was like, mbona ukupata A? Like you don't have. And then people were like, in Form 1 you have to get Form 1 you need to get A's and everything. So the expectations of people and what we were getting. Anyway, story. So apparently after first term, the second term came. So it was good. So ndio unaadapt, unajua watu nini. So you're making also friends. So apparently after that, so we closed the school for the first term. We came back for the second term. It was good. So on second term, to my surprise, I was selected as the president, the deputy president of Makori Girls that year. I was like, what? For the first time, the way it was, people suggested me, and then we went for a board meeting whereby the teachers, you want to express yourself, you want to tell them if you were selected, what are the quality, what are impact are you going to bring and all that. I was so nervous. Like I've never been nervous before like that, but this time it was something like I never anticipated ama nini, but I did my best. Venye nilitoka hiyo room, I was like woof. And then before that selection, I remember in the dormitory that I was selected as the my cousin was the prefect, and then nikachaguliwa kwa mdogo wake. So and then our teacher mwenye alikuwa ametusimamia hiyo dormitory was my chemistry teacher, and I loved chemistry. We were so close to that teacher. So after the board, after you have expressed yourself and all that, he calls me and he was like, hi, I can see you're going far, mama. So nimeona kama utachaguliwa, but all in all, wewe venye utachaguliwa, it's okay. If the dormitory, kama utabaki kwa dorm ama utakuwa the deputy, it's well and good. So I was like, okay. So these days comes to announce the results. Oh my god, I was freaking out. At first, I never thought nitachaguliwa ama I was selected. So the people, all the prefect wakasoma, so it was the deputy, we were 2 deputies and the president. Deputy wa Form 1 na Form 2, and then the president alikuwa Form 3. So I was called. Oh my god. I was at the deputy president of Form 1 is Doris Kende. I was like, what? It was I don't know how it caught me. I remember those moments I had sitting at the corner. Uko nyuma kabisa, I was the last people to enter in the dining hall. So I was in the last seat kabisa, and then everyone is shouting, ha! Everyone was just yelling, and I was like, what? Me? So apparently I had to go on stage, and then everything was rent. That's how I ended up being the president, and that's where my life changed. I remember after I was selected, where things change. Kuna you get some, they're called what? You're favored in a way. If you want something, you got it very easily. So my life changed. I got new friends also. Like the people, even I had my best friend that time alikuwa Form 3 and I was in Form 1. It was so funny and everything was just okay. So I remember that time, so after the selection, the first term, the midterm, after we came back for midterm, I really changed. I really became a different person. Very different. Hata siwezi explain. I became a very different person in a way that I wasn't even, after later I think about myself, man, say that life wasn't good. So that time, so nimekuwa celeb, so kila I used to go every function of the school. Literally I used to go. If I want to go, I just go and see the teacher. Mimi nataka kwenda hiyo function. Na nitawekwa kwa list. I became very popular even in boys schools. I remember very well I had boyfriends in all schools. Especially kama Chogoria boys, I had 2 boyfriends. And it was so weird how I used to maneuver and everything. I remember ningeenda sports, ningeenda funkies, ningeenda kama ni benchmarking, ningeenda. I used to go everything and I was like, what? So later on, after the second term ended, we came for the third term, so we were to go to Form 2. That time, I never used to show my mom the results. So second term, I performed very well. But come to third term, it was crazy. I remember you're open in school, first exam after mefungwa shule, I really felt terrible. From B, I remember I got a C plane. And I was like, what? So that term is when you're expecting vitu zimepile up, and then pia the functions zilikuwa zinanilimit kwenda, because I remember second time I went for drama session. Second time yote I never sikumbukangi I can count the many times I went to class. Hey God, my life, sister, that's where my life turned. My good part of me turned to a bad person, because my school uniform, my shirt were written names for boys, I used to receive letters. If people go out of school that evening, nitakuwa na papers, people have written notes for me, how beautiful I am, nini, and all that. So that term, I really felt my first exam, and I was like, okay, I will improve. So that time, because akunanga so many functions, I had to sit down and recover myself and recover the subjects zenye sikuwa nimenini. And then my chemistry teacher calls me again. Doris, do you know you are really failing? Do you know you are really going out of line? This thing is really fucking you up. And I was like, what? So teacher, what do I do? And then, oh. And then I remember pia that time my mom had some financial issues whereby she couldn't pay my fee in time. So, but God was with us because my sister got a scholarship. So at least it was me and my other sister and my sibling, my younger brothers. So it became a bit easier. So as for me, so I used to go home. So I was so determined kuendelea kusoma and everything. But sasa kufukuzwa out of school, in and out because of school fee, it became an obstacle for me to at least recover my second term that I had lost the time. So out on the process, we came to an agreement. My mom told me. So it happened, I was even selected for a board of meeting of Makori girls to represent the student. On that board, they suggested they pay for me the school fee. So I was to bring my mom to school, ndio wakae with the president and the board of meeting, wakam to an agreement on terms on which they are going to be paying to sponsor me. Hey, mimi ni nani? At that time my mom alikuwa amepigwa na life, alikuwa amesota vibaya, I was so ashamed of him. I'm sorry mom for this, but I was like, why me? I cannot take my mom to school. Plus the way I have reputations, the way people take me for another class, nini, I cannot bring her. So when the principal told me to bring my mom in school the following day, I was just out of school, and then she called me and told me I bring my mom to school to kuja na yeye the following day. Funny thing, I never told my mom. So mimi nilirudi tu. As I was entering the school gate, we meet with the principal. It was like, where's your mom? I said you bring your mom to school, Doris. I was like, my mom akupatikana nini? This is your life. This is a lifetime change. But why are you joking with your life? And she left. So I just got in. In the following day, she calls me in the office and it was like, Doris, I'm so disappointed in you. I told you to bring your mom to school, but this is how you have chosen to go. So I don't know how much I can help you anymore. And then pia I had reached in a point whereby I really wanted to leave Makori, because I wasn't feeling like I'm really performing. And nikiendelea pia, if I want to be removed, the president, the prefect, it was a hard process. Like, students loved me, the teachers also loved me. So to go to convince them I want to be out of the nini, it was hard. So my mom told me, because sasa unataka kutoka huko na fee imekuwa ngumu, I will change you to school, another school. Sasa that after we were closing, she told me to carry my things, nitoroke. Because it was easier for me kutoroka nazo. I'm the president, so no one will ask me anything. So tulienda briefing ya kufunga, so ni kuachiliwa twende. So the only thing I never carried was my box, but I had left for another lady to bring it for me, which unfortunately she never brought. So after that I went. So January came, my mom was looking for me another school. So she she managed to take me to a day school. So that was in second term. So when I went there, it was good. Everything was okay. So I wanted really to reform, to become a good chick. But life was becoming hard on my mom's side. So it was away from home. So my mom had to take me to my auntie's place. Natoka huko, I go to school. So all in the process, my aunt was that kind of a person when she never even cared kama umekula ama nini. So at times hata ningelala nje. So I started, that time I was willing to change kabisa. So I started going kama siku zenye siko class, I go plot to plot to clean people's clothes, and then it was a bit hard. So after that wewe tunafanya hivyo, I used to napata food, napata at least hata fare kuni asubuhi natoka na gari naenda shule, where I managed my first term in Form 2 now. So we selected subjects and everything. So from there, second term, it came again. So where all that process, I was like, okay. So tena mimi nikamwambia manze hii story I pray day school mimi siwezani nayo. Let me just stay home. Ama nitafute kazi, I do. When you get money to take me to a good school, I will go. So I decided to run away from home. I ran away from home for some days, I think a week, and then later on I went back. On the process, I had already decided to become a good person, like niachane tu na maisha yangu, hiyo maisha ya funky, maisha ya boys, nini. Kwenda, I never used to party, but I used kwenda tu out na vijana. Nilikuwa nakaa fine. Like your company used to make me good. We weren't dating ama anything, but that life nilikuwa napenda. So later on, so on the process, so I went. I remember this one day when I got out my way, we meet with this father. He was called Father Francis. So he asked me, what are you doing home and other kids are in school? So he took me to his office, we talked, I gave him all my story, how I was, how I've been misbehaving and everything. And then he was like, are you willing to change and are you willing to stand here? I will sponsor you. So I said, yes, I want to go to school by the way, and in this economy, bila masomo you are nothing. So he told me to go and call my mom, tukuje na yeye. So I don't know what he decided. He thought maybe I will go run away or something of the sort. So he said, you get in my car, let's go to your home. So we went, I met, my mom was home. So sini kuongea na yeye nini, and then immediately he told me let's go to school. Sikuwa na uniform, sikuwa na anything. He sponsored me. He had a school ya orphanage, a kind of an orphanage, watoto wenye hawana wazazi ama wenye hawajiwezi. So that's how I ended up in that school, in that environment. And to my surprise, hakuwa na Form 2. So I had to repeat Form 1 again. So it was third term. Oh my. Another year wasted. I went back. I was like, Doris, are you willing to do this? But I saw the advantage of how my mom atakuwa analipa fee, at least ataweza kusupport the other kids. So at least acha tu nisome. So I decided to agree, nikarudia tena. So that's another year I went back to hiyo shule. Oh my, it was bad. So in that school, people were different, kids were different, I'm laced differently, and it was hard for them to accept me because they thought I was bad. Me niko more exposed to other schools and how things are done, but here people wametoka primary, the same primary, hapo tu hiyo shule, wameenda high school, the same compound, the same teachers, the same environment, the same people, so they are not exposed. So for me, I was really exposed. So vitu zingine they used to do, I was like, wa, mbona mnafanya hivi? Why are you doing this? And then they came in later on in return, this student hated me, especially my class. Unaona hatred. I had to humble myself. I really had to humble myself, my friends. Guy, that was the most drama, the I don't know which word to put, but it was the worst moment of my life. Those 4 years were the worst moments of my life. I had no friends. Kila mtu akikuwa best yangu inakuwa issue. Doris mara amefanya, Doris amefanya that, Doris amefanya hivi. I experienced real rejection. Like, these people hated me. Hata nikiingia class, I used to sit in front. Sasa it was just me. Like, acha tu mimi ni concentrate. It was me, the board, and the teacher. Kama ayuko, it's me and my books. It really disciplined me. These people hated me in a way that hata sikuwa nime-expect. So that year ikaisha, so we had to enroll other kids for sasa form 1. So sisi tumeenda form 2, we are the pioneers definitely. So second term came, the other form 1 came. Pia it was the same, history continued until I finished my school. But these people, they really made me humble myself. As much as I received hatred, rejection, hata sikuwa involved na part of whatever they were doing. Mimi hata sikuwa najua nini inaendeleanga kwa hiyo shule na other kids. It was just me. I was so lonely. I was so alone. My 4 years, it was bad. But my 4th year, that's when I got a friend. Na pia yeye alipigwa vita mingi. Wewe unakaa na Doris si mzuri, Doris sijui nini. But all in all, she believed in me. We worked together and we made it. At least we performed than them. And then the funny thing, in class mimi nilikuwa napata vitu. When the teacher alikuwa anafunza concept, especially maths and chemistry, those were my best subjects. So I was the first person kuzishika. So they had to humble themselves hiyo time ndio niwaonyeshe. Kama nikisimama hapo, they had to silence their hatred. They had, if they want to get whatever I am telling them. Because sasa ilikuwa imefika at a point where by teacher ananiambia sasa wewe ndio umeshika waonyeshe this concept. Nikimaliza hivi tu, anajifanya nini. It was the worst time, but I thank God because at least nilisomea hiyo orphanage where, but it really taught me a lot. And then the funny thing, hatukuwa tunaenda holiday. Like yenyewe tulikuwa tunakaa watu hawana wazazi. Because in that place, kama ni December, wazungu wanatuletea nguo. They used to love us. But sasa, I used to miss home a lot. It's something I really sacrificed. And I think it was the best part of it, of my life, that I sacrificed. For me to be, at least kupata education, my high school life. And at times I feel like it was not the best thing. Like how I felt, how I was rejected, how everything turned out. But at least nilipata masomo, nililearn, I was able to interact with everyone. Me, after high school, father called me again and he was like, Doris, ungetaka kuendelea kukaa this place? I was like, no, I cannot stay here. It was so bad, it was so heartbreaking. Like, I never even told my mom. I came to tell her later how that place made me feel. I really felt like I was an orphan. But I thank God, sacrifices zingine we make for a better future for us. And that's how I ended up in orphanage, kusoma. But I really salute Father Francis for believing in me and for taking me back to school after he found this lady who was just miserable, who was just nowhere to be found, who could be, I don't know where I could be. Maybe I could have gotten married, maybe I could have lost my way, my dreams could have been shattered, my dreams could have gone haywire if he never found me that time. And I'm so sure my mom is so proud of me right now because I've really achieved a lot. I've really worked. Hata kama niko na my failures, my shortcomings in life, na pia inanifanyanga sengine some decisions that I make, they affect me even right now because of that situation I went through. But I'm a better person right now, so I don't regret much. So guys, that's how I ended up in orphanage. I tell people nilisomea orphanage and they're like, how? Mtu kama wewe aje? But that's how I ended up. My mistake took me to an orphanage. Lack of school fee, lack of a good financial background made me go to an orphanage but I thank God because nilienda hapo nikasoma, learn. I became a better version of myself, and I'm super proud of myself. So guys, that's how my school life was, my bad days in school and my good days in school. That's how I ended up in school. Nilikuwa sumbua. I used to disturb my mom before I reformed, but I thank God juu niliweza kumaliza. So guys, that's all for my story, my beautiful story. I hope you have gotten something. You have gotten to know me better. The things that maybe you imagine, you see me out there and you're like, okay, this we ametoka from a good place, nini. That's how I started my 5 years in high school. Kurudia kutoka form 2 nikarudi form 1, it wasn't easy thing, but nilijihumble. The rejection I faced in high school, the humiliation. Hata sahi naonanga those students, imagine I just see them kwa social media, but hata sinanga interest na those skills, because walai they really made my life a living hell. But I thank God because nilipita hapo. I'm a good person, niko mbele, I'm good. So guys, that's all for my video. Hope you have enjoyed. If you have any experience, any something you'd like to communicate on the comment section, guys, tell me your story hapo chini. And kindly like this video, share, comment, and subscribe kama uja subscribe. Join the family. I know I'm going far, and I believe I'm going far. So that's all guys. Bye for now. Bye. Love you.